Okay, so in this video, I'll be sharing with you guys how to create eyes like this. So let's move on to create a new file. Okay, you can actually do it with whatever files that you have right now, by just going to create a new file for easier modeling. Okay, so I'm going to reduce that slightly. So what we have here is just a sphere, correct? So this sphere is to represent your eyes, and your iris is supposed to be something like this. Okay, so if the iris is too big, you just have to scale it down or scale it up. You want to make sure that the iris here is the correct size before you continue the next few steps. Okay, so immediately after we have created this sphere, selecting the iris section, I'm going to detach component. And now what happens is that I have this cornea being separated from the eyeball. Alright, so I'm going to detach this element out. Okay, so I have two objects. Okay, I'm going to start modeling the cornea first. It's a very basic model, so what we need is just basically adding some edges in between them. Pull it out. That's about it. You know, we want it to be protruding up, a bit more convex. Okay, too much and then it might be a bit too disturbing when you are doing your lighting and rendering. So next, what we want to do, I'm going to hide the cornea for a while, and I'm going straight into the iris section. So here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extrude, okay, and put it in, extrude again, and scale it down, continue to extrude. Okay, so we want to kind of do like a bow, a concave bow, not too deep. If it's too deep, it will cause some other issues as well. So something like this is good enough. Right, so this is like adjusting how much light will go into your eyes and stuff, right? So I'm going to extrude one more time and cap it. Okay, basically we fill the hole. I'm just going to do one more extrude and merge to center, something like that. Okay, so this is like your eyeball with the iris. Again, if we need to do any adjustment, if there's a need to, yeah, we can always adjust this. Right, so I'm going to adjust it to be somewhat smaller, somewhat around here. Right, so I'm going to unhide the model. Oops, before I unhide, I would prefer this to be way deeper. Okay, maybe just add one more edge loop, just a preference. Okay, so that later on when it captures light, it'll be much easier, much nicer as well. Okay, I'm going to check my wireframe. You can see that there's some gaps going on, so we just need to push it in. Okay, your model have to be touching one another. Okay, and next I'm just going to move on to material and texturing. I noticed there's some issues here that will affect my texturing later on, so I want to fix it right now. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm selecting the edge wing and adding one more edge loop inside. So this will give me a very crispy, sharp edge, okay, which is something that I want. We don't get to really understand it now because we haven't added the textures in yet. So once I add the textures in, this line that I just created will help me a lot. Alright, so show all. Oh, what happened to my cornea? Yeah, I accidentally deleted it. Unhide it again. Okay, anyway, I know what I'm doing, so I'm going back to the object mode, edge mode, double click. Okay, connect component, and that's it. I'm just going to push this out slightly again. Yeah, great. So moving on, I'm just going to do the materials for this. Assign AI standard material. And for the cornea, okay, what we need to do is make this transparent. So under transmission, we increase the weight, so this is totally transparent. And for the IOR under specular, just left click, switch to cornea. Okay, and we're going to rename this to cornea. Enter. And for the eyeball, we are doing the same thing. We go to assign favorite material, AI standard, eyeball. Okay, what else do we need to change? We don't need to change anything else for this section. For this cornea, we need to change something. Under your poly surface tool, because I have not renamed the file name and stuff, so we are going to render state. We want to turn off cast shadow. Okay, if we have the cast shadow on, the light will hit this object and it will cast shadow onto our iris and everything will turn black. So we don't want that to happen. So turn off your cast shadow. That is very, very crucial. Okay. Next, we are going to do some basic unwrapping. Okay, it's only for the eyeball. So go straight into face mode and planar map. Go to planar map around, maybe let's try z-axis and check. So z-axis is not the correct one, y-axis is not correct, x. Okay, so the basic default x is the correct one. We want the planar map to be coming from the front. Okay, so that when we do our texturing, it's going to be way easier. I'm going to put my eyeball here and I'm going to split out. Okay, the iris. So here in your unwrap, shift right click, cut the UV back into the UV shell and move this out. So this iris is going to be textured separately from the eyeball. You can paint any colors that you want later on, and this generally will have a pinkish, reddish, and white texture on it. So with that, I'm going to save this object UV to a separate folder. Save it as JPEG. Have it under my source images, texture. I'm going to override my eyes UV, right? Yes, and I'm going to open up Photoshop. Okay, so under my textures, eyes UV, drag and drop. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this layer, which is actually the UV layer. I'm just going to use use multiply. Press Ctrl I to invert your colors. Okay, and for the background, I'm just going to fill up with solid white colors. So the shortcut to do that was to press Ctrl Delete, and then you'll fill up with the white. Okay, so next, I'm just going to create a new layer. I'm going to do something very straightforward, which is creating a gradient to do for the eyeball. Okay, so what we're going to do next is to create a circle. So I'm going to press N for marquee tool. Okay, or you can just go to the selection toolbar there and find the circle. I'm going to just select the range here and create a mask. So now I have a mask happening here, and I'm going to create the textures for the eyes. Okay, so using the gradient tool, okay, press G for gradient shortcut. Switch over to this radial gradient. So essentially, this is what's happening now. Okay. Next, we want to kind of change your settings. So under this drop down list, you want to select this kind of like a second option, which is the transparent one. Okay. So when you click on it, if you click on the settings itself, you can get to choose whatever you want. I prefer the second one, white to transparent. And this transparent, I'm going to change the color to pink. Okay, then we're going to try it out. like that. Yeah, pull out further. Okay, I'm going to change it again. Let's try using black and white. Let's use pink. Okay. Now it's a lot more obvious compared to the transparent, so I think you can use the opaque version. And what we want essentially here is that we want more white around the iris and a bit more pinkish around the side of the eyeball. Okay, that's the first thing we want to do. And next is that we want to do the iris. So I will be teaching you guys how to paint the iris. That will take up a little bit too much time. I suggest you can actually find a lot of tutorials how to paint iris very nicely on YouTube. So I'm just going to play sheet. I'm just going to download this from the internet and I'm going to use it for ourselves. Okay. So again, using the marquee tool, I'm just going to select the iris, invert selection and delete. Okay, the unnecessary item. You bring it to the center of this iris, UV, scale it up. Okay, you won't have a perfect match, which is fine because the next thing we're going to do is to create another layer and fill up those emptiness with a black solid color. Okay, and just double checking to see if the UVs are aligned correctly. I think it is fine. Okay, now if those modeling stuff that I mentioned is properly done, we should have quite a nice eyeball with the texture. Okay, once we load the textures in. Okay, so back to the eyeball, back into the material for the eyeball, and the colors, files, texture, iris, diffuse. Texture, and that's it. That's what we have. Okay, so remember earlier on that I mentioned about this edge that I have to bevel, sorry, not bevel, connect, right? So imagine without that line, this iris will actually bleed over the eyeball. So this line that I kind of add in helps to hold the iris in shape. And now we're going to test render and see how it actually works in the lighting. So save the file before you do any rendering. And for rendering wise, we have to use Arnold renderer since it's Arnold material. I'm just going to start off with a very basic AI sky. Turn off the render ability in the camera view. Just click render and see what happens. Okay, so this is what we have. So I actually hide the camera so it's a bit darker. Let's see if I turn it back on and no, actually no, it's not the case. It's actually the intensity of my sky. I bring it to 1, so I have to increase it to 2. I'm just going to increase the intensity and re-render that region. Now you can see that the reflections is much more believable because of the material that we use and the texture that we have for the iris. Okay, so you can use this simple approach to do your modeling for your eyeball and test it out before you continue with the rest. Okay, once you test out, you can actually, if it's correct already, you can just delete away the lighting. No, it's fine. Right, so that's it. That's how you do the modeling for the eyeball.